Hello guys, this is the-epiphany. Today I'd like to show you a Kolossium fight with a good friend of mine, Jusey. It was recorded from his screen. If you want to see a sped up version of the fight, I'll link it below so you can check it out. I could not record at the time, but he did, so I've downloaded his video and now I'm going to add some post commentary to the video. His channel uploads daily or every 2 days PvP videos of sped up fights, and he plays music. So if you guys don't want to listen to commentary while watching PvP, then go and check out his channel because it has some very nice PvP videos with cool music. Alright, so we are fighting an Osa, Iop, and Masquerader, and the enemy Osa seems to be strength. So I'm just going to explain what I do in every turn, since this is supposed to be a pretty much strategical explanations video. I just summoned the dragon. I went into dragon state so that I can control the dragon, and I'm leaving the dragon there so that next turn, if I want to use it, then I'm gonna use it. Because being an intelligence Osa in a fight like this is extremely useful. The enemies have shields, the enemies have buffs, and if we did not have any unbewitchment, this would have been a bit problematic. So I told Jusey to go into damage mode because, given the team composition, we have an Osa and an Eneripsa, so we kind of lack damage. So we definitely need him to go into we need him to go into damage mode. The enemy Masquerader is shielding up his teammates, has a lot of shields because it's affected by the amount of HP he has. The Eneripsa will now buff up and shield his Sacria. That Eneripsa is actually Jusey's Eneripsa. So he's pretty much controlling two characters at once here. Yeah, so he's buffing up this Sacria, and the next turn the Sacria is going to swap someone. Alright, so they also use Relay on the Iop. So that causes a problem because if we swap the Iop over, the Osa will just summon something down here and use Relay on that. And then that will cause the Iop to teleport back here. Swap back here with whatever summon he used it on. Alright, we definitely cannot swap the Iop because the Black Gobble used Gravity Spell on the Iop. So Jusey is suggesting that we wait until next turn to swap. That might be a good idea, I don't know. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is summon the Dofus and control the Dofus. But I misclicked, I used Symbiosa on the dragon instead. I was tired at the time and I wasn't really focused because it was literally like almost 11 PM in Australia. Yeah, so what I originally intended to do was swap the dragon down so that the dragon could unbewitch a turn of shields of the mask, but I couldn't do that because I misclicked on the Tofu. The Iop is using Fit of Rage on the mask to buff himself up. Next turn he's going to do some nice damage. He does not have a cloudy Dofus though, so that's kind of that's like less worrying for us. So we can't swap the we cannot swap the Iop because it's in gravity state. So Jusey's going to wait until next turn and hopefully get someone. If it's not the Iop, then it'll have to be the Osa that gets swapped because the Osa is it's like a few positions after, because if we swap the mask goes right after and the mask will just run away. Alright. Let's see what happens here. Alright, so the mask is shooting up the summons and the Osa. Yeah. Then he's healing up the sword and giving me 2 AP from stimulating words, so that's nice. He puts a coward there because the Sacria is gonna assault the coward and then swap someone. I'm suggesting to swap the Osa because the Iop has Relay, so the Osa will just use Relay on something down here, and then the Iop will swap positions with it and go back down. So the Osa is a favoritism Osa, which is heavily abusive. Like literally you just summon stuff on one side of the map and then buff up one particular summon. Jusey's testing out his range. As you can see here, he's going to swap the Osa, so he needs to move 3 more. So if he's in the spot of the coward, then he can swap the Osa. Alright, so you guys probably know my build right by now is a summon spamming build. So I'm just spamming summons because the more summons we get out, the more annoying it gets for the enemies. You might be thinking at the moment it's a pretty useless build, and you don't really do much. The summons don't really do much at the moment because they're just running in. But I can assure you later on in the fight, the summons will be a lot more useful. And I will also explain why. The Iob is a Pygmacia Iob, which is a pretty broken build as well. You've probably seen him around in the game sometimes, like Pygmacia just doing like 4,000 damage on the first turn. It is pretty impressive. Well, it's not impressive, it's just broken. Alright, so now Jusey will be swapping the Osa up, and to be honest, it would have been better here if he used Assault on the mask so he could get a couple of squares further away, but nah. Unfortunately, there was nothing for him to light speed on so he could come back, because ideally what happens with a sack is that you swap someone, then you run back, but unfortunately that couldn't happen. There is a coward and an Osa there on our side of the map, so if the Annie stands in between, then it'll be good because the Annie will be able to lock the Osa. The Masquerader is pushback damage based. His chance damage is actually quite low, and he's doing decent damage on the pushback component of Bolish. He is also buffing up the sack because the sack used Berserk. Alright, the Osa has 0% resistance of fire, which is good for us, I suppose. That's probably because the Osa didn't expect any of us to be intelligence, or maybe he's just got a bad set in general. But the Annie Ripsa did some decent damage to him on Plummobil, and then is staying in between him and the coward to lock the Osa. But the Osa uses Canine, which reduces the lock of the Anaripsa, so the Osa is able to escape. That's one of the advantages of the spell Canine, which is why I prefer it over the variant Repulsive Fang. I did do some comments. I did mention this in the class guide video I made. But yeah. Alright, so the Gobble there pulls a sack and damages the sack. See, it is quite strong indeed. Very, very high damage Gobble, and it's only favoritism for 4 summons as well. When it gets to 10 summons, that's quite a lot. So what I'm going to do here is summon 2 summons and release so that I can get 2 dragons to 2 red wormlings to hit the Osa to unbewitch the shields like this, and also to hit the white Gobble, because killing the white Gobble to free the Anaripsa is a good idea. Then I'll put the black dragon down there so the Arp has to run around or waste 5 AP to jump. And the first dragon I had from the start of the fight is just going to do some more damage because we need to kill that white Gobble so that the Anaripsa is able to free himself, because currently he's locked. So I'm pretty sure the Arp's going to jump because he has no other choice. Yeah, there we go. Erosion, yep, as expected. Erosion again. Intimidation. And grip. Okay, so grip is good for us because not only Juice has minus 100 MP, but it's also invulnerable. So Juice cannot lose any damage. Killing that Gobble is an extremely wise decision because the longer we leave it alive, the more it will screw us over. It's very strong. And also the fact that Juice is... he cannot use transposition this turn, so if he's stuck down here, then he's stuck down here. It's not much of a problem for us. It was actually an unwise decision for the Osa to use, for the Arp to use use grip on the sack. So he's supposed to pull the black Gobble, but it was on the wrong screen. Yeah, because like when you play like 2 accounts on one computer, sometimes you get confused that you don't know which screen you're on. Yeah, so I'm assuming the mask is going to shield the Osa. There we go. And now the Osa is quite shielded. Oh, Diefrak as well. That means the Annie will probably be stuck. We'd have to kill the Gorballs though. Not sure if he can because the Gorballs are quite tanky. They have high resist. Yeah. He's just doing damage to the Gorbal. It's dead. So that's good. Yeah. He's healing himself as well with Area of Effect spell. Alright, the Coney is actually... That was a bad move by the Coney. Unfortunately, we can't control the Coney though. But that was a bad move. The Osa revives the Gorbal and spiritual leashes. And animal unions. So he wastes a spiritual leash. If we kill someone on his team, then he won't be able to revive because it's on cooldown for 7 turns. Yeah, but like I said before, the Coney did a bad move. Now the Gorbal is going to pull me there and lock me, and I'm unable to move. I have to use Canine to unlock myself because there's no other way. I can't release or anything. I'm not completely completely unlocked either. I lost like 1 MP from that dodge. So what I'm going to do is control this Gorbal and pull him here so that the Sacriel can light speed over and hit the Osa. Yeah, light speed over. Jusey deciding whether he should swap the Gorbal or not, but to be honest, it would just be better if he uses light speed on the Osa, because it's better. Now, you can start to see that I have quite a few summons out on the field. It does get a bit overwhelming for the enemies, so if they don't kill it, then it gets overwhelming. Okay, so the Ibe is going damage on the Sack, but it's not doing much at all because Sack has high resist. Ibe is actually quite weak, to be honest. Yeah, so now, no, yeah, Assault, and then light speed over, go full damage on the Osa. Osa only has 27% resistance of air, 0% resist of fire, so that's good for us because we hit in fire and air. Yeah, might as well just stay there. There's not really a point. He's using his sword to pull and lock the Gorbal so it doesn't screw me over because the sword's a summon. It has 100 locks, so the sword is pretty much capable of locking most things in this game. I'm pretty sure that the mask will shield up again. It's a pretty impressive. Well, it's not impressive. It's a pretty annoying class because I can shield like a lot every turn, so it's quite annoying. The Eniripsa is doing damage to the Osa and the mask because the Eniripsa is locked, so he has no choice but to use Area of Effect spell. And he has spare AP, so might as well hit the mask. He can't do anything else because he's locked. There's no point killing the Gorbal either because it's got a lot of HP. The Osa is actually quite weak. That's a pretty low damage Crackler Punch. Not sure what he's going to do now, but my guess is going to be pretty annoying. Gorbal's like strength Osas are really like annoying. They're the type of class that always lock people and just screw people over. But yeah. Then again, my class, like depending on the type of summon, every summon has a different use, so it's useful depending on the situation. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is actually transform into Gorbal state because I want to be able to control the Gorbal that's at the bottom, the black Gorbal at the bottom of the screen, because for some reason sometimes summons tend to not attack enemies when they have Ivory Dofus on. Like it's retarded. I don't know why it's programmed like that, but I transform into Gorbal state so I can control that Gorbal because I just want to be 100% certain. I also pulled the Tofu back 1 so that the Annie can have line of sight on the Osa because before the Osa was the Tofu was blocking the Annie's line of sight. So the Gorbal did do gravity state, which is good. So now the Eye cannot jump up. That's extremely convenient for us because the IO I think he could have used precipitation this turn, but I disabled him. So next turn he has he used power, so next turn he will have power buff. So I'm either gonna have to get a dragon on him to unbewitch, or I'm gonna have to gobble and gravity state him again. We'll see what happens. Jusey is going full damage on the Osa. We need the Osa dead as soon as possible because their team composition is really annoying. They do not have any form of heals for the Osa because well, it's an Iob and Mask. They don't have any healing spells. Osas have sacrificial fire, but that's the variant of white Gobble, and being a strength Osa means the Osa is using white Gobble instead of sacrificial fire. Jusey is locking the Gobbles with the sword, so that's good. I assume the Mask. Yeah, Mask shielded the Osa again, which is quite annoying, and he finished the Gobble. Yeah, the Osa is getting like shielded every single turn, which is quite annoying. Plummobile, pretty good. And it goes there to force the Osa to have to use release. Smart move indeed. He has Abyssal Dofus who's got 1 AP from the starting turn next to enemies. Alright, so he's going to pull me and lock me, I'm pretty sure. He also uses Protective Balm on the Gobble so that I can't kill the Gobble. I don't intend to kill the Gobble anyway because I can't do like 900 damage anyway. That is one of the disadvantages of being an Int Osa. They are quite weak characters. Then again, I am a summon spammer, so that's good. So what I'm going to do here is kill that, call to order my own black Gobble. Then I'm going to summon 2 Gobbles and screw up the Iob because the Iob has power buff, and we also want him to be in gravity state. I use high energy shot on that black Gobble so that I can have 5 MP to pull the Iob a bit further away. I timed it, I calculated exactly correct so that the black Gobble can hit, and also the white Gobble with 3 MP can run and hit the Iob. So the Iob has to use release, and he can't jump either. So, oh, that's even better. Tofu's gone there. He can't jump. He has to kill the summons or use release. He's wasted a whole turn. With the Podgy Tofu, I controlled it, and I swapped the dragon over so that the dragon can unbewitch the Osa to get 1 turn of shields off. Yeah, like that. I was not 100% certain that the dragon was going to go for the Osa, but I took a gamble, and I swapped it over anyway. It tends to go for whoever has the lowest resist. In this case, the Osa has 0% fire resist, so that's good. It's a Pygmacia Iob. He's killing all my summons. No problem. I'm going to summon some more next turn anyway. Because, yeah. Alright, let's go full damage on the Osa. He can't kill, but he's close. He's going to be close. Yeah, that's close. The Mask has no choice but to shield the Osa, and all he has is Diffraction, Torturuga, and maybe Scudo. I'm not sure though, I'll have to see. Masquerade, eh? Didn't do much at all because I used Whip on Juice the previous turn as well. Gave him 80% damage sustain. Juice is going into damage mode, so that means he's going to be quite vulnerable. He can't heal himself because he's in damage mode, so we need to protect him at all costs as the main damage dealer. Smart move by Zenny, ending behind the Sacria so that the Osa cannot use release. Very smart move. Typical, keeping me locked again. Summoning a Gobble there so I can't move. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. I think I can work something out anyway. Yeah, I said that's gay because I'm locked. Locked every single time. It's quite annoying. So what I'm going to do this turn is I'm going to try and get a dragon on him because the dragon will be able to -1 effect duration. And the previous turn, the Iob used Vitality on the Osa. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he did on the same turn as he used Pygmacia. Yeah, so we need to Unbewitch the Vitality buff. Osa does have some shields as well, so if we Unbewitch that, then it's good. So I'm going to transform into Dragon State this turn because I want to be able to control both the red dragons because I want to be sure that the dragons will hit the Osa. Now, being in Gorbel State means I cannot control both dragons, and that means the dragons might hit a summon or might do something that's not according to plan. So going into Dragon State allows me to control the dragons and therefore Unbewitch the Osa. The Osa is nearly dead. If we are to if the Osa is to survive, then the Eye will have to use Grip on Jusey. He does not. He uses Hamacher. Fit of Rage, quite low damage. But then again, Jusey does have Whip on, which is 80% damage sustain. I gave him Whip 2 turns ago, even though I changed states. The Whip still remains. Okay, so now the Osa is in the open. We are able to kill it. Jusey will be using Fluctuation for unlockable state. And yeah, we have to kill that Osa. Yeah, Osa's dead. Next target will be the Iob. We pretty much got this from here. This is a pretty annoying composition on our part. Like, we have a Osa, Sakura, and a Ripsa, 3 pillar classes, pretty much auto-win combination. But then again, the enemy did have auto-win as well. Oh, someone logged off. Yeah, the enemies did have auto-win as well. Full shielding the Osa every turn, favoritism, Gorbel. Luckily, we killed the Gorbel, or if we didn't, it would have been able to do like 1,000 damage per hit if it had more favoritisms on it. Yeah, but it was a pretty nice fight. I'm happy with most of my gameplays, apart from the turn where I used Symbiosa on the red dragon instead of the Podgy Tofu, which was unfortunate. But it was like 11 PM in Australia at the time, so it was pretty tiring. Yeah, so the rest of the fight is pretty easy. We just got to kill them and then we win. Yeah. If you guys like, this is a Kolossium video 31, so that means I've uploaded 30 Kolossium fights before this. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting me to do Kolossium videos, so here it is. Even though I didn't record this one, I thought that it would be worth it to upload and give commentary, because the version on Jusey's channel is not commentary. It's just the one on Jusey's channel is just sped up with music. So yeah, but if you don't want to hear commentary, then feel free to check out his channel. He also has a lot of 1v1 videos and stuff. All pretty nice videos of PvP. He's in the same alliance. I've known him for, I'd say, 4 years or so. We've talked to each other a lot about maging. He knows how to mage. He actually maged my Iops hat long time ago. That was when I didn't even know how maging worked. Yeah, but it's pretty nice. His Enaripsa is also quite nice as well. I've never actually seen the Enaripsa before. This is the first time. But I'm pretty impressed. Has high resist, 101 crit resist or something. Does moderate damage as well. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is transform into Toad. Yeah, Toad state, so I can use Whip to give a power buff to my allies, so we can speed this fight up. Yeah, but yeah, the Toads are like, I'm not a chance Osa, so the Toads are pretty weak, but it's it'll have to do, like, because I wanted to use Whip. Yeah, so that's pretty much the fight for now. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions about the fight, because this was recorded from Jusey's screen, which is a Sacria. So I reckon you guys have seen my Osa's screen many times before. You know how the spells look like and work. I just thought it'd be a bit interesting for you guys to check out the Sacria's screen. It was a good fight, I must admit. It was pretty fun. It was quite interesting having to keep up and out damage the Masquerader's shielding, but we were more aggressive than they were, so their mask had to focus on shielding rather than attacking, so we pretty much had the upper hand here. I was able to disable the eye many times in the fight with Gobbles or just on Bewitchment in general, so it was pretty nice how I disabled him. Like, an Osa's strong point is pretty much fighting Ives, because all you have to do is gravity the Ive and then it's GG. That concludes the video for today. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I hope to see you at the next